Hey guys, what's going on today? We have power tanks behind us. We're going to be topping off and checking the levels of nitrogen in the coilovers and the bump stops. So we'll go through what's in this kit, we'll go through how to fill the kit, and then we'll go through how to check our coilovers and bump stops. All right, so this system here is the Shock Boss by Power Tank. And this is a portable nitrogen refill station. So what you have in here is the little nitrogen tank, a strap for said nitrogen tank, a couple little, this is for if your Schrader valve is recessed a little bit, you can thread this onto the recessed one, and then so it extends out. The nice thing about this one is so that you don't have bleed off as you're trying to unscrew this really quickly, it actually releases the Schrader valve before it breaks the seal, so you don't get any air loss coming out of it. Then we have the no loss chuck. This is nice, you don't get any bleed off, same thing when you unscrew this from the shock or whatever you're filling, as well as the gauge. Then we have the filler valve. The wrenches and stuff are with it, so you don't have to worry about carrying extra tools along with. And sorry, this is the actual filler valve off the tank, the main tank. So we'll go through how to fill this tank, and then we'll go through how to check and fill one of the coilovers. All right, so for filling the tank, what you're gonna need is a mother tank. This comes empty. Obviously they aren't going to ship it with nitrogen in it. You'll need the wrench that comes with and the fill valve. So you're just going to take and thread this into the mother tank. This doesn't take a ton of pressure, so don't reef the living daylights out of it. This little valve here is a bleed off, so that once you fill this tank, there's obviously going to be a lot of pressure in this line, and you don't want to just pop that quick connect off. Or where does it always hit you when things, yep, that's where it'll hit you. So then there is a quick connect on the side of the bottle. So pop that off, throw it on the floor. Pop that on. So nothing is happening. All right, so we got everything set up here, closed, and now we're gonna open to start filling the power tank, and you'll be able to hear it start filling the tank up. And you can see the gauge starting to go up. And then once this is full, I'll show you the disconnect process. All right, so we are full here. So first thing we're gonna do is close the mother tank. Then we are gonna wanna crack this bleeder valve on top here. And all that bled out was just the line. Nothing, there's a check valve in here, so nothing came out of this tank, and obviously we closed this tank, nothing came out of there. So then it's just a quick release, and your tank is filled. So now we'll get set up to check the coilover. And All right, so now that we got our full mini tank, first thing we're gonna do is take this, make sure you put your little protective, just so it doesn't get all junked up. Take this top cap off, set it to the side. Then you're gonna take the fill cap here and thread this onto the mini tank. Like such. Open and close valve up here. Then you are going to take this, it's a quick connect, pop it on. Then you have your no bleed valve. This is going to get screwed onto the Schrader valve on the coilover. All right, so we got our coilover set up here. So first thing, we're going to take the cap off, set that to the side. Then you are going to take this and make sure this is all the way open. Otherwise it's going to start bleeding nitrogen out when you try to thread this on. So then we're going to thread this onto the coilover until it's tight. Then we can start screwing the NOS chuck on in. So now it can relieve pressure. We are going to open the valve to the tank here. And what's nice is you can set the gauge here and you have a gauge here. So you can set this one to what you actually want it as max. And then just dump here so that you can't accidentally go over, or if you want to just dial it with this, however you want to do it. So I'm going for 150. So I set that one to 150. And then we're just gonna, so yeah, this one was down to about 100. And there we go. So this is back off. I'm going to shut this one back off. Then I'm going to open the NOS chuck here. And then I can unscrew it from the coilover. Put your cap back on and you're on to your next one. Pretty quick, seamless, painless process. It'll be nice to have. I had a feeling last year that the rear bumps were real low. And when I tested them, because those you have to take out of the Jeep to fill, I'd push it up and it would just slowly fall back out. So I'm guessing there's like zero pressure in those. So it would have been nice to have this. I could have checked them while we were on the trail or back to the hotel or condo or whatever, but we have it now. So we're gonna get everything checked, set, and we'll be good to go there. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. We'll catch you on the next one. We got big news. We got big news. Come on, come with me, come on. All right, breaking news. We're heading to Next Venture. The week before EJS, we are going and we're gonna bring these back to them. We're putting their new rock sliders on. Go check them out, nextventure.com. Also, we have our own discount code for Next Venture. It is JDL5 for 5% off anything on their website. Again, go check them out and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, guys, well, what? All right, welcome back, welcome back. We got more rock crawler stuff going on. We're doing little by little each day. So this one is gonna be a video over quite a few days as we try to tackle as much as we can before we run out of time. So we got the rears pretty much wrapped up. I'm still waiting for those 2 brackets to get welded on. When they show up, and then we will be done. Ish. So we are to the fronts. All right, so what I did, I went through already. I removed both sides, upper and lower front control arms. I also disconnected the drag link and sway bar arms just to make it a little easier getting everything lined up. So first things that we need to do, I'm going to wait to cut the brackets off. I'll show you where those are. So these are not the factory brackets. The factory brackets are more kind of up in this region here. I have already cut mine off previously when I did the Evo long arm kit. But these are the brackets we need to remove. So I'll wait till this weekend to do that, because that's going to be a chore. And I don't want to, yeah. So with that being said, one of the first things we can do is here, we need to get a hole saw out, drill that out to 1.5 inches for clearance purposes. So we'll get working on that here and there. That is where we will be starting. We'll get the links set to length and stuff. So hopefully this weekend all we have to do is pull those brackets off, weld the new ones on, paint everything, get the heat shields put on, and that should wrap up the fronts pretty well. So let's get started.